What's going on, boys and girls? How are you? It's your boy Heembot back. I'm going to come at you with another video. And hopefully, we can talk a little bit. But before I do, I'm going to urge you to go check out my brother Unlimited Production 1's latest video talking about the same topic I'm going to talk about right now today. About Mr. Pete Hines from Bethesda Studios apologizing to the Sony fan base. Also, check out my brother E-Rock, Sega Forever, Sega Man. Also, Tuckmaster and Mr. 100 and over there at IntroMediaGaming.com. Also, good brothers like The New Legal and, other wonderful people in the community doing stuff, like Techno Blast and things like that. Anyway, guys, Sensi as well. So, anyway, guys, Pete Hines, why are you apologizing to the Sony fan base when you are basically doing nothing wrong? The Sony fan base doesn't care. They don't care about Xbox and the games that they have exclusive. The only reason they're being loud and vocal is because they know that if they continue to do that, then maybe, just maybe, Microsoft will bend over and play nice with them and let them have games, okay, from you guys and from them. And the truth of the matter is, what is the problem with those so-called fan base buying an Xbox console or playing on a PC, right? The same way that you said in the interview that you play PlayStation games on a PS4. That's the whole reason for consoles having their own identity. There's certain games that you just can only play and have in their ecosystem. That's why you get Nintendo for the Marios, for the Metroids, for the Zeldas. That's why you get a PlayStation for the God of Wars, the Last of Us, and the Uncharted's, for example. And Xbox, you get the Halos, the Forzas, the Gears, and now, obviously, Bethesda games, right? Which makes perfect sense. So, I don't understand why you guys do this if you know very well that all they're going to do is use it to start their own console war fanboy behavior in a negative way, to be toxic within the community with other Xbox fans. That's all the reason they're doing that. And I honestly blame the interviewer that interviewed Pete Hines over there at GameSpot, because all these outlets continue to do the same thing, even though Microsoft did their keynote and was very clear that these games like Starfield, right, and the upcoming Elder Scrolls and Valve and stuff like that are going to be Xbox console exclusives or on the ecosystem through PC or via xCloud, right? So, again, Sony keeps their games exclusively, Nintendo keeps their games exclusively for the identity of the console. And the whole point is, if you want their games, why don't you just buy an Xbox? You see, it's that simple. Because, to be quite honest, if that's the case, then I need Pete Hines and Todd Howard, right, in Bethesda, to apologize to me as an Xbox fan and all the Xbox fans out there right now, concurrently, for making Ghost Tokyo and making the other game that they're making for Sony, for the time exclusive for the whole year exclusive, that we gotta wait for, even though they're owned by Microsoft, because they're keeping, their promise to the contractual contracts that they have, obviously, with these deals they made before, they were bought out. If that's the case, then the point of the bottom line is, then the bottom line is they need to pay with the card, with our card, they need to basically apologize to the Xbox community. You know, they need to apologize to the Xbox community, because we shouldn't have to wait for Tokyo Ghost or Ghost Tokyo for a whole year, or the other game that they're making. I forget the name of it. Oh my God, I can't think of it right now. That was shown in the Sony show, right? Because, you know, they're betraying us. How is that even remotely right? They're betraying us, the Xbox fan base in the community. And the worst part is that you apologizing to these airheads, right? And these trolls, when you guys are owned by Microsoft. You're owned by Microsoft. It's not a case like you're not owned by Microsoft. You're owned by Microsoft. Meanwhile, we got deals from Square Enix for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And we got deals from places like, like Street Fighter 5 that came out from Capcom and its creator, and Persona from Atlas, and Fist of the North Star with Sega, and Berserk from Koei Tecmo, and Neo from Koei Tecmo, and Gauntlet from WB Games Entertainment, and games like Asti Breed that were published by, companies like, Playism, that basically are not on Xbox, or Arc System Works with Guilty Gear Strive. Sony don't own none of them. They didn't even fund the games. They don't even, they might have paid maybe for time exclusivity, or, for something like that. And yet those games never make it to Xbox. Where's our apology in the Xbox community for those games not being on Xbox? Come on now. Where's our apology? Why are we not getting any apologies from these developers? You see what I'm saying? Oh boy. Why are we not getting apologies from these so-called developers? Especially that Sony's not paying for them. We deserve an apology as well, as far as being people in the Xbox community, because we're not getting these games. We haven't been getting them since the PS4 started, their generation, last gen. A lot of games that they just don't belong only on PlayStation, and they're there. You Xbox developers need to stand tall, because again, the media is the one at fault for pushing this stupid agenda and keep on pushing, because all they want is for you guys to change your tone and say, yeah, they're coming to a con, we're going to share it with y'all, so that they can make fun of Xbox, the brand, and then make fun of the community of gamers on Xbox. That's all they're trying to do. All they're doing is to, placate to their agenda to make them feel better, which is the epitome of console warring. And yet, nobody calls them out on it. You see? You can't do that. Is that you can't do that.
They don't have any here.
So, you can't play the victim role. Meanwhile, they're the first ones that are starting it and starting the console war to push the narrative so that they can keep on playing the game and roll and have their cake and eat it too. Meanwhile, Sony doesn't. You don't see, like I said, the Personas, the Neos, the Guilty Gears, the Berserks, the Fist of the North Stars, the Gauntlet, for Christ's sakes, which is an American game that used to be by Midway, right? Or things like, Spider-Man. Where's our apology from Insomniac, Marvel, or Sony? They don't own the game rights or merchandising rights. We don't get an apology for Spider-Man not being there, and they don't own it. Or for Street Fighter from Capcom. We don't get an apology for that. So again, this kind of behavior just shows shows like a sign of weakness from Microsoft, right? Even though Microsoft is just doing it to be professionals. And I get what Pete Hines is doing. He probably won't see my video, but if he does, I hope you understand where we're coming from. This is just so that they can push that agenda, right? And it makes Microsoft look like if they're weak as a company, right? Even though you guys are the forefronters. You're on the top of the heap. You dictate what goes on. No one is in that echelon, in that standard, especially not no Sony or Nintendo, as far as money, and which is capital, and as far as what you guys can do to move gaming and the industry forward, right? So that's why I said that it doesn't really make any sense, and you guys should just do your own thing, make your own path, and just ignore the small vocal minority that are loud, because again, they're just being loud and vocal because they want to keep toxic behavior and create the console wars with their behavior to make fun of the company, you guys, and the fan base. I don't really understand that, because if that's the case, again, like I said, the Xbox community, we deserve apologies from all those developers I just mentioned for not putting any of those games on Xbox, because they're not even owned by Sony, and the games are not on Xbox at all. How'd that make any sense? How'd that sound? It really doesn't. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to say. I had that thought about it, which is a shame, but it's not really unexpected when it comes to Microsoft, because they just try to be too nice and they don't understand that this is a cutthroat business. It's not about being nice all the time. Sometimes we have to stand our ground, because they don't need to prove nothing to nobody. Nobody's in there at their stature, like I said, and it's almost like they don't realize that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, or give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Share it with someone you think might like it. As always, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you like what I do, hey, please, I invite you to subscribe. And if you already did, it means the world to me, because I know you didn't have to. But since you did, remember, I consider you now part of my family. And for all those that always stop by and continue your continuous support, without you, my channel's nothing. Thank you. Love you guys very much, and you mean the world to me from the bottom of my heart. If you guys want to find me in any social media platform, I'm on Instagram under C_respect. You can find me on Xbox or the Nintendo Switch under Ebot8, on the PlayStation PSN Network under Alf Fell from Sky, all one word, all lowercase. And you can also find me on Twitter once they fix my account. For now, no, they haven't. You get me up in any one of those DMs if you want to speak about anything, or if you want to, donate anything that you would like me to showcase on my channel. And if you guys ever want to help out, you know how to do it. All down in the description below. If you want to do it from the kindness of your heart to help my channel, because every little bit helps and goes a long way and helps me out, because I'm still very small and growing. Guys, this is Hebot signing off. Much love and appreciation I'll see you in the next one, guys. Love you so much. Peace and be safe. Bye-bye.